Hi, guys. Thank you for coming in. I see Joe Fix It For You and Jennifer Ocean Homestead. And if you can hear the sound of my voice, if you will share this on your community tab to get a few more people in here for tonight. So, Simply Jan Homestead is not doing her live today. She is going to Oklahoma to help someone move. So, sorry, I have an itchy nose today. Yeah, I spent some time outside. You don't have to be outside very long in Texas before you get kind of like a sunburn on your arms. So it's hot. I pretty much have to work in the yard like the first couple of hours I wake up. As soon as it's light outside, the first couple of hours it's light because it gets hot here. So there's that. Anyway. So I went to the post office to mail some very late Mother's Day cards. And while I was there, I decided the lady recognized me and said that she had a package for me. So I got a donation to the Broken Hearts Ministry, though I do not know who it came from because it doesn't have who it's from on it. It just came straight from Amazon to my P.O. box. So if you know who sent it to me, please let me know so I can thank them. And I also like to make a video of the donations that come in. So does anybody have any big plans for this weekend? I have to finish my video for the 5-gallon bucket challenge that Outdoors with a Big Mat is doing. So I filmed 2, I have 3 buckets. I filmed 2 of the buckets and I have 1 more to film. And then I'll be able to hopefully put out that video next week. Yes, Jan is slave labor. That is true. Yep. She is. That's very sweet of her to help her friend moving, though. I think that's very sweet. So that's it. Hubby is going to, I think, do the weed eating this weekend. So I've been trying to pull out weeds on my own. The weed eater is kind of heavy for me because I have kind of a weak wrist. So it's hard for me to do the weed eating by myself. So yeah, if you can hear this, if you'll share this out in your community tab to get a few more people in here, that would be awesome. So I was just working on, I have 3 product reviews to do. So I was working on the first one today. Hi, Bushcraft family. How are you? Hi, Charles. So I have that, and then I have to finish my 5-gallon bucket challenge video. Hubby said he has to work tomorrow, so I figured I'll try to work on my product reviews that I have coming in. And so I started working on one of them today. I filmed kind of like the little intro piece. And then I'm going to do the unboxing. So I'll have an intro and then an unboxing piece. Then I'll show and talk about the product. And then add some links to Amazon. I'm going to go back to my email and see if there's any more information I need to put in there. So yeah. Hi, Heather. How are you? Talked to Heather on the phone today. That happened. Where is everyone? Yeah, I don't know. I know Jan is out of town. Hi, Ann Philbeck. Sometimes the first 5 minutes are slow because people's notifications haven't gone out yet. But yeah, if you all share this on your community tab, that'll help get a few more people in here. So that's what I was doing today, working on a product review, mailing out my Mother's Day cards, picking up a ministry donation that I received at my P.O. box. Tomorrow I'll work on garden season, maybe Mother's Day stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try to finish I have 3 product reviews. So I'm going to try to finish at least 2 of them this weekend. Since hubby has to work. Hello, Beth with BNS Odyssey. How are you? So that's my plans. And I think I'm going to try to get some kind of recipe together to do. Oh, really? New things in May? Oh, boy. I need to send you a link sometime. I actually started to send you a link today for some reason, but I didn't. And then now you're saying there's updates, so I'll have to send you a link next time. I'm not going to put it out because last time I put it up, I had another guy trying to show me stuff in the backstage. So we won't be doing that again. Why? Why does it have to happen to me? It's happened twice to me on YouTube. Some people it's never happened to, but it's happened to me twice. Luckily, though, both times they were only in the backstage. But the last time I was like stuttering and I couldn't finish a thought or get any words out because I was like embarrassed and shocked. And to be able to kick the person out, you have to look there. So I was like, oh my gosh. And I kept stuttering on my words and blushing. And finally, I just got myself out. It's with descriptions. Oh, okay. All right. Have you put a video out on it, Bushcraft Family, about the information? Or on a live? Have you talked about it on a live? Or do you want to come up and talk about it sometime? Nah, no video. Ah, listening while planting germinated seeds in the soil. So are you planting in your 5-gallon buckets, Jennifer? I have one more seed that I need to plant to finish my 5-gallon bucket challenge video. I'm hoping to get that posted for next week. So far I've done a tomato and a pepper. So I think I'm going to do another type of tomato. Let me know when you have the cost to send my 2 packages. Hi, Jan. How are you? Happy travels, safe travels for you. Yep. She's not going live today, in case you didn't hear me say that earlier. I am not going to be going live the 4th Friday of every month for the whole year because we're doing a church game night and my husband and I are heading up this game night thing. So we have to be there to, set up the food, set up the whatever game we're going to do, and then break everything down. So it's a process, but it'll be fun. Last time we did board games. Next time we're going to do bingo, and then I think we're going to do card games after that. And then I was thinking maybe one time we might do minute to win it games. That would be super fun. I like minute to win it games. They're so fun. Just saw my broccoli growing and cabbages rolling. Everything is good this year. Everything is kind of okay this year. I have 7 or 8 pink brandywine tomato plants up from survival seeds. There's lots of yellow blooms, but no tomatoes yet. I have 5 cucumber plants. I think there's a couple of little cucumbers. Some of the plants are kind of struggling a little bit. I don't know, some kind of bug situation. I did kill some kind of bug, some kind of worm thing over there. So I don't know if they're ever gonna, I like board games too. I like card games. So that's what we have plans for game night. So that'll be every 4th Friday of every month. And then every 3rd Friday of the month, I'm going to be doing a weird container giveaway. So that'll be for May, June, and July. So every 3rd. I was going to do it on the 4th Friday, but then we have game night now. So Jamie's Country Living is supposed to be our guest for Healthy Goals Wednesday for this coming Wednesday. Yeah, Monopoly. I haven't played Monopoly in a long time. That's one of those games you gotta be in it for the long haul. You have to start that at, like, 5 p.m. because it's gonna go for a while. Yeah, fun. Fun, fun, fun. Shh. Well, you told me you were gonna be a guest, so I haven't set up the live yet, but I will. I will set it up. I did set up the Weird Container Growing giveaway for, I believe it's May 22nd. Is that the third? Is that the third one of the month? I already have them all on my calendar so I don't accidentally. May 22nd will be a Weird Container giveaway #1. I'm going to try to do it once a month instead of doing a big one. I'm going to do like a little bit each month. So those are my plans. Glitter Monopoly. Do you just get out your glue gun and your glitter and just glitter everything? They probably do have one. Your anniversary, is that today? Is your anniversary today? I have my Weird Containers video up soon. Yes. I believe Jan put hers out today, but I didn't notice it until right before this live, so I didn't really have time to watch it because I want to watch it, comment on it, and share it and put it in my playlist. So I'm going to have to do all that after this live today. And today will be pizza and salad day. So on Amazon. Oh, the Glitter Monopoly is on Amazon. The 22nd. Yes, the 22nd. That's my plan, is to do it every third, unless something happens where I can't. But Kathy did another container video? She might be doing an update every month, possibly. That's possible. We're actually in the middle of cleaning out our shed, so I was going to see if I could find anything in there. Hi, Daniel. Daniel Berry Sports Highlights. Welcome in. Happy Friday to you. Happy Mother's Day to all of you guys who are mothers. And if you're not a mother, we celebrate you anyway. We celebrate the mothers and the non-mothers today. That doesn't sound right. But anyway, you know what I'm saying. Jennifer Ocean Olmstead is that Monopoly for strippers. Are we talking about with the glitter? Oh, gracious, gracious. Yeah, glitter is one of those things you can't get rid of. Kathy has a cool container. Is that today? I guess I missed a couple of videos today. I was working on stuff today. I'm spring cleaning my dining room, running errands. Today was just like a miscellaneous day of different things. Found some old recipes as I was cleaning the dining room. So those are sitting on the table. So once I figure out what I'm going to do with all that stuff, which I'm probably going to continue that tomorrow, more cleaning in the dining room and then working on my product review videos. Thank you, Jamie. Happy Mother's Day to you. It's all sparkles and glorious glitter. I used to wear glitter on my eyes back in the day. Unbelievably, I did. Yep. So that's pretty much it. That's all I have. I'm going to try to I don't have any videos posted for next week, so I need to work consistently on getting those videos done for this week, for next week. So I got to get on that. No, there wasn't a survival seeds giveaway last week. I looked for it. I also did not get a link for it. So I believe that they didn't do it. They probably had a gig. And there was no information on their homepage, and there was no lab posted. So I figured they probably had a gig or had homework to do or something. The pink 4 o'clocks you sent me a year or two ago, all germinated, growing great. Awesome. Yeah, once you get the pink 4 o'clocks up, they will put out a bunch of, they will put out each of seeds. And you can, make sure you get those really dry because they can get wet and cause and get moldy. So you got to make sure you dry them. Usually what I do is I have a little glass mason jar and I leave it open and I put it in the window and I let them kind of dry out with this, the sun in the window. And that seems to work. Also, another method, I'll get a kitchen plate and I'll just lay the seeds out somewhere dry where they're not going to be bothered. So yeah. It was 2 weeks ago. Yeah, the giveaway was their last live, which wasn't last week. It was the week before. That was the giveaway. For all the people who say seeds sent to Canada from the U.S. won't germinate because they go through an x-ray machine, all my IBG seeds from last year germinated and seeds people have sent from the U.S. Okay, there you go. Well, that's good to know. My thought is the reason they wouldn't germinate is that I would think they would get crushed. And the seed would be in pieces. And so it wouldn't come up because it's not a whole seed anymore. That's what I was thinking. But hi, Tammy. How are you? I got a package from you. I wanted to let you know I got that. I've got a lot of mail this week. This has been a week of a lot of mail. I hooked everyone who won. I have contacted them, letting them, one of us, know the schedule so we can relay it. Yes. Yeah. Well, I texted Lori from Lori's World and Kathy from Resourceful Living and asked them if there was going to be a live. And then Kathy looked in the same places I looked, basically, because I didn't know if she had them in her phone or not, because I don't have the Vineyard Chicks on my phone. But I know Lori does from Lori's World. She's had conversations with them on the phone, I think. So yeah, the Vineyard Chicks put out a video today too that I just noticed right before the live. So it's another video I have to go and watch after the live. My husband hated me using glitter. He said glitter is the craft world herpes. Oh my goodness. It never goes away. Yes. Well, that happened to me. I did a project with glitter, and then my hubby said, if you have any more glitter projects, you do them on the porch, in the front yard or the backyard, but not in the house, because we were finding glitter like forever. So, yep, I've been banned from glitter in the house. And it's hard to get it all. It just grows and spreads and never goes away. Tammy mailed you some seeds. Yeah, Canada, it might take a month for them to get there. They need to delegate authority because of school and band. Possibly, but that's their business, I suppose. I do good to manage my own business. I just wanted to know if they sent me a link because, I'm not going up there every week, but I'm going up there sometimes when they send me a link. So I looked, I didn't see the link. I didn't see a post saying they weren't going to go live, and I didn't see a outstanding live. So I was like, okay, I don't think they're doing a live. And then I double checked with Lori and Kathy, and nobody could find one. So of all the seeds I've been sent, the only ones crushed were lemon and grapefruit seeds from Little Frenchie and some radish seeds from Jan. Everywhere else made it. Yeah. I kind of prefer to send, if I'm going to send stuff to Canada, I kind of prefer flatter seeds like tomatoes, peppers, little tiny seeds, not big seeds. I'm surprised that the 4 o'clocks didn't get crushed because that is a pretty good sized seed. Usually takes 3 weeks. Yeah, I just say a month. I've had stuff I sent to Lori's World when she was there, and all the time I thought she got the Christmas card from me, and it came back in February. I'm like, what? You didn't give me enough time to send her another card, so that year she just didn't get a card. Also, Cookie Canyon sprinkles. I found them everywhere. Yeah. From cookies you made, I guess. A bunch of people have complained. So just doing, yeah, I understand. Yeah. Not one 4 o'clock was damaged. All 8 germinated. Awesome. That's cool. Very, very cool. I actually sent somebody seeds today. Who is it? The person is not in here, I don't think, but I did actually send some seeds out today. I found when I was digging around in the dining room, I found some friend mail I had not mailed. So I mailed it. But I wrote on mine, do not crush, hand cancel. My lady at the post office, she just hates that. And every time she sees that, she asks me to put 2 stamps instead of 1 on there. So just to save her the trouble, I went ahead and put 2 stamps on there. My post office lady, she just loves me. I went in there to put the Mother's Day cards in the thing, and she took one look at me and she said, I have a package for you. And I was like, this woman recognizes me and knows that she has a package for me. I was like, wow. Which I would have known once I went into my box, because there's no reason to go all the way to the post office and not check. Oh, that's awesome. I'm glad. And yeah, I don't remember exactly where I got those from. Because sometimes I get seeds from meetups. I also win seeds. I get seeds from the IBG seed swap. So I don't know exactly where I got those seeds, but waiting for the band to go live. I got my guitar waiting. Are you going to play along with them? But there's no way to avoid it, Jennifer, because this post office, every single stamp, whether it's a little tiny stamp or a bulky stamp, whether it's little tiny seeds or big seeds or whatever kind of seeds, if she sees me write, do not crush and hand cancel, she puts it back in my P.O. box, so I have to put another stamp on it. She does it every time, and there's not a darn thing I can do about it unless I drive it to another city, and that would be a lot of work and not worth it. Oh, that'd be fun to play with. Yeah, I didn't know she played guitar either. I want to add one to Survival Seeds. A guitar? You talking about a guitar, Lori? Hi, Penny Ortiz. How are you? How are you doing? Learn from Bunky and Kayla. Well, how close are they to you? Are they close to you? Let's see. I'm trying to not to miss anybody. I just have the post office put Canada stamp on the cards. Yeah. I haven't sent anything to Canada in a while. I haven't had anything to send to Canada in a while. It'd be fun. I would play with it if I had it. Got another swarm yesterday. Yay. That's where I got the gifting guitars idea. Got ruined in the flood. Oh no. I had some pictures damaged in a flood several years ago. I got your last text message and said great. So congratulations. Talk about the bee swarm. To ship to Canada, it's 3 forever stamps or 1 global stamp. Yeah, that's what I do for Canada. I don't usually, well, my post office lady is not fun. So I would rather put 2 stamps on it than stand in line to get a global stamp because I'm not a fan of my post office lady. And it's because she does things like make me pay double for things that I don't think I should have to pay double for. So that's why I just put 3 stamps on it. It's just easier. If I have to waste 20 cents and not have to go talk to her again more than I have to, then that's great. Other people are like, oh, I love my post office lady. They're so awesome. I'm like, not mine. And I'm not a complaining person. I've told you guys the stuff she's done to me, multiple things. Even my husband doesn't like her because he's had dealings with her. The lady needs to be fired. Yeah. Oh, this is funny. So, okay. So there used to be a guy that worked there, but I haven't seen him in a long time. So there used to be a guy there. And so if the guy rang up my packages, it always cost less. So, like for a set of stitch markers, it'd be like $3. But if she rang it up, it'd be like $6 or $7. So tell me that's fair. And I always say cheap as possible. So you're either not doing cheap as possible or you're overcharging me. So that's just the kind of stuff I don't like that she does. So I try to avoid her. Listening and trimming stuff outside. Yeah. Oh, I love acoustic guitar. I didn't realize how much I liked the acoustic guitar until I started making Suno music. And I realized that the sound of acoustic guitar is one of my things. I like it. So a lot of my songs I do for Broken Hearts Ministry, a lot of them I use the acoustic guitar because I've realized I like that sound. On the 16th. Why did I say something happens on the 16th? Oh, yeah. I actually have a live on that day, the 16th. I have a live with Echo. She needs to retire. She needs something. I don't know what it is, but she needs something. Yeah. Literally, if you put anything inside of a card, or if you put hand cancel or whatever, she'll charge you 2 stamps for just writing that on there. Yeah, I always wanted to learn how to play an instrument, but I never got to learn any. Finally got my IBG seed swap, survival seeds, grow what you eat video up today. Took me a minute. Yeah, so you did it all in one video. Wow. That must be a pretty long video. In an envelope or on the wheel. We can put your channel on the guitar list too, Gail. Sure. For the Are you talking about for the weird container giveaway? I retired from the post office. I was a rural carrier for 25 years. You haven't had any trouble with my carriers, like at our house mail. Haven't had any trouble with our post office people here. If I put the little flag up, they pick up the mail. They don't drop anything or lose anything. You know, I've had really good luck with our postal workers, except for the one that works in the office. She's just grumpy. She's like eternally grumpy. Like all the time, she's grumpy. She never smiles. And when she does, it makes you very nervous because it doesn't feel real. Thank you, Lori. We may or may not like you anymore. Oh, well, we still like Ann Jennifer. How dare you? Um, I, hey, maybe she never worked at the front desk. And you know what? Every single person I know loves their person that works at the desk at the post office. Just me. It's just me here in this town. This lady in this small town that has worked here a million years, and she hates me. She hates me. Maybe she hates everybody. I don't know. But yeah. But I don't have any problem. My aunt worked for the postal office. She retired from there. She worked there so long. Yeah, I always wanted to learn piano or clarinet or something. And guitar. I also love guitar. I always wanted to learn. I never learned any of it. Bore ahead. Play the violin. That would be fun. Yeah. Elevation Church. I like their music. I like elevation music. I'm thinking about doing a solo at my church. So I'm going to start practicing some songs and then decide which one I'm going to sing. So far, it seems like I might sing I Trust in You by Lauren Daigle. So far, that one's coming the most natural because I haven't been doing my karaoke for a while. So we'll see. We'll see. And I'll have to order like a background CD. I'll practice it on the karaoke on YouTube. And then when I get the background, I'll have to practice it with that to get the timing down because it could be slightly different. Get used to singing it and then practice it with the background. There's a lady there that plays the piano, but I've never sang following a piano before, so I'm nervous about that. I've only ever sang with a background sound. Yeah, I haven't announced it yet because it's going to take me a while to practice it. Pick the song first, practice it, order the background sound, you know, and all that. So I wonder if you could put your headphones on and play the guitar where you're the only one that can hear it. It's probably possible. I don't know. Haven't heard of the Eagle Brook, but I've heard of Elevation Music. They have a lot of the songs that I like, modern Christian music. Yeah, piano was on my list, guitar, clarinet. Of course, when I was younger, it was clarinet. And then as I got older, piano. And then more recently, I would say guitar. But I don't know. Prince. I remember Prince. That's cool. Very cool. Piano lessons at 6 years old. Yeah. Nope, I did not play piano. I did not. I've never played any. The only instrument I have is my voice. That's it. That's the cheapest instrument there is. So my mom had 4 kids at home, so you know, that wasn't really an expense that a woman with 4 kids can do. I mean, I guess if you have the means, but my dad was the only one working, so plays piano, guitar, all 3. Trey plays drums, bells, and I don't know if she plays guitar. I don't know. The harp, I've never played any instruments. 80 degrees Fahrenheit. What is that? What is that? What is that in America terms of measurement? I want a piano and bees, quilting and medicinal herbs, soap making, salves, takes time, and my garden and my husband. Yeah. I like doing soap making. That's fun. I pretty much just do like the crafts and the soap making and all that kind of stuff more in the winter, and also more cooking. But I'm going to try to get some kind of cooking video together. Yeah. She's only 12. Seems like, yeah, 12. Seems like she'd be older by now. Yep. I've only sang. That's it. I sang in choir in junior high. I sang duets with my sisters. I've sang karaoke. I've sang solos at church. No. But not in a while. So I'm looking into it, but it's going to take a while to get ready for it. 47, yeah, 47 would be cold. Yeah, we've had some kind of cool nights. I'm like, would you just hurry up and be a real spring? It seems like sometimes it skips from spring to summer, and there's never really any in between. Seemed like we didn't have a real bad summer last year. Yeah, so my zucchini's looking good. I have some little ones. My cucumber plants are, 2 of them look pretty good. 3 of them look kind of puny. The pink brandywine tomatoes look good, and they have the yellow, blooms like they're about to put on a tomato. My tomatillas are up. I have sugar pie pumpkin up. I have cantaloupe up. Bunch of flowers. My cucamelon looks a little puny, but I don't know if that's what it's supposed to look like because I've never grown it before. Cold's and humid this year. It's pleasant. Yeah. Well, that's good. You are talented at drawing and creating crafts. Thank you. I don't have quite as many skills as Miss Heather there. She can pretty much do everything well. Growing sugar pie pumpkin this year in my greenhouse. I'm growing it outside. I got, I think, about 12 pumpkins last year. So we'll see how I do this year. I'm also growing exotic blue pumpkins that I won from Survival Seeds last year. And I'm also growing the watermelon from the Survival Seeds. Didn't plant that very long ago, so it'll be a couple of weeks probably for that one to come up. And to be honest with you, I've never really done watermelon very well, so I'm not feeling very positive about it. I wish I could say I was, but realistically, I've never really had luck at it. I have had some success with growing regular sized pumpkins, but never. I grew them last year and the squash bugs took them. I managed to get 12. And I had squash bugs too, but I don't know. I guess they didn't take over. So I wish I could figure out how to control these squash bugs. I have been out there every day pulling those leaves up, looking for squash bug. And then when I see the squash bug eggs, I remove the squash bug eggs. So I've been very vigilant on that. And if I see any kind of bug that looks, I kill it. I kill the bugs. Unless I know they're good bugs, I kill them. I'm growing sugar pie and blue pumpkins. I'm growing watermelon and cantaloupe. Those are my 4 vining plants this year. White, orange, and blue. See, I'm growing blue and orange, I guess, but not white. White would be cool, though. If I had seeds, I'd probably try to grow those too. I have so many pumpkin seeds. I decided not to try the giant pumpkin seeds this year. I have never really had good luck with it. Just, I don't know. Hi, Bob, Robin Hood Homestead. How are you? For growing watermelon and pumpkins, etc. Orange and blue. You sent Bob. Yeah, the blue ones. Well, let's see if either of us get some blue pumpkins out of that. So I didn't grow a ton of them. I didn't have a ton of space. So I have one round metal bed where I put 2 plants. So, and I don't know if I'll leave the 2 plants or if I'll pull one out and just let one be the primary. But I went ahead and put 2 seeds in there that were split apart. So we'll see what happens. Those will be neat. Those will be just decorative. And then if I get the sugar pie pumpkins, I'll actually cook them and process them and do all that stuff. Dill is a lover. My squash and nasturtiums. No bugs. I didn't think about dill. I could maybe throw some dill in with my squash. It's a good idea. I'll try that. I did put more dill in the garden this year, but None of it's really by the squash. I have some by my ground cherries. I have some by my cucumbers, but I don't have any dill over there by the squash. Watermelon, cucumbers, and sugar pie pumpkins as well. Yep. Those predators are already out. I'm already out there killing bugs. Oh, you have tomatoes already? I'm jelly. I'm jelly. I don't have any tomatoes. I have a lot of like little yellow, I'm hoping soon. You have gotten really good with Suno music. I love your songs. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I've been learning a lot of stuff about what I like and how to make things sound good and like repeating and doing your verses and your chorus. I've just, I've been practicing and learning. I do some that rhyme, some that don't rhyme. I've been really working on it. And I hope I'm improving. But I do enjoy doing it. You saw micro dwarfs. I don't have any micro dwarfs. I pulled mine out when it was snowing outside and just threw them out in the snow. And I'll probably, once the garden starts to die off, I'll start my hydroponic machines back up, and I'll do that for fall and winter. That'll give me some winter content. I'll put out at least one hydroponic update video per week like I did last year. I put out French marigolds and some dill so far. So good. That's good. I have some, they call it pot marigolds, and the leaves look totally different. Really cool. They're starting to come up. Thank you, Anne. I never did see any calendula coming up, so I think I'm gonna maybe do some replanting. That may be one thing I do tomorrow is try to finish my product reviews, plant a couple of little seeds here and there that I want to kind of, like if stuff's not coming up, throw another seed, throw another seed, throw another seed, because why not, right? I mean, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty seed rich over here. I still like to have seeds. I still get excited to receive seeds, but I'm seed rich, So I could plant a pack of seeds and have another pack of seeds just sitting there waiting on me. And I can just dispense them wherever. Now, if you only have one pack of something, then I would say don't plant all of it in case something happens. But if you have lots of seed, then if it doesn't come up, like I have determined I want 4 butternut squash plants. So I kept putting a seed in there until I got my exact 4 plants. I wanted 5 zucchini plants, so I kept planting a seed until one of them came up. Now I have 5. And that's pretty much how I'm doing it. It's just I have a specific amount of number that I want of stuff, and that's how many I'm planting. Calls me crazy. 10 to 20 day bad words. Because you have to ask for forgiveness. Oh, I understand. We all have things that we have to ask forgiveness for, including our thoughts in our head, because your thoughts can be sins just as well as your actions. Oh, yeah. Well, I'm getting tomatoes through the winter too, but maybe not the same way you're doing it. You're probably doing it in those 5-gallon buckets. But I did get them all last season, but I just got, little bitty micro dwarf tomato seeds. But that's okay. It took me all the way through winter with all the salads, tacos. Anytime I would make a salad or tacos, I use that. I also use my own lettuce. And last year I had 3 hydroponic machines. This year I will have 4. So kind of, and my maximum number that I can have for the space is 6. So I would like 2 more hydroponic machines, and then I will be at my full max, which is 6. That'll be 3 on each grow station. Do a close-up of the marigold. Oh, you want to see what the pot marigold looks like? I also received, I think it was white marigold. I think I got from the IBG seed swap. I think I got white marigold. So I need to go out and put some of those out tomorrow. Your calendula is all over? Oh, yeah. I thought you meant it was over for the year. I was like, oh, wait. But I have some areas that are just like different kinds of flowers. I'm going to have a lot of flowers this year. Plant another pack of seeds. Well, you know, it depends. If you have enough packs of seeds, you can plant a whole pack. If not, you know, but I get in my mind, I want 6 cucumbers, and I'll just keep planting until I have 6 plants up, and that's how I do it. And it works. You just got to be persistent. Don't wait forever for the same seed. If it's not up in 3 weeks, more than likely, unless it's a pepper, throw another seed in there. Now, peppers, they take forever. Lori from It All Adds Up. This is a message for you. Lori, do you have everything you need for canning your harvest vegetables, fruits, etc.? If not, please let me know. You still need stuff. I like to gift you just because gift. Yeah. Well, Lori and Bob are so sweet and generous to everybody. You know, we need to like be sending out little gifts for them because they're always gifting things out for other people. So very generous, very kind. Okay. That's what I'm doing this year. I have my extra away and have one more person who wants the rest. That's good. Yep. I try to share too. If I get too much of something, I'll bag it up and bring it to one of the meetups. Like I've got some seeds ready for Jan's meetup. So yeah, I do that. I had some for my meetup, have some for Jan's. If I go to Pinecone Fest, I might bring some for that one too. So I usually, with that one, probably anything I harvest out of my garden, those seeds could be ready for Pinecone Fest. Because that's in October, and some of my stuff would be ready to harvest the seeds from. We can always use jars if that's what you're talking. I'm more than blessed with them. I'd be more than blessed with them. Did you see that, Penny? That one's for you. 2 water bath kits. I have a water bath canner and all the jar lifter and all that. I have all the pieces and the funnel that you use. Of course, I use that funnel for all kinds of stuff. Like when I come back from the store, I will get like my mason jars, like half gallon or quart or pint or whatever size. And I make sure everything's put into mason jars. You could put like crackers or chips in mason jars and they will stay good for months without oxygen absorbers or anything. They will stay crunchy because they're not absorbing moisture. So, and I've done that. Most of the time they get eaten up before they get to that point. But so that's the problem with chips is the moisture. Check out my video. I don't know who he's talking to. I'm learning to keep my mouth shut. Yeah, me too. That is a lesson. That's one lesson you learn from getting older is to not tell everything that you know. Keep some things to yourself. Keep some things private. I'm a very private person. I don't tell everybody about every ache and pain. Every time I get stressed out or depressed or upset, I don't tell everybody everything. I'm very private, very independent. Sitting down for a few. Heather's taking a break. That's sweet, Penny. So sweet. They deserve it. They're so sweet to everybody. I have probably more things from Lori than from anybody else on YouTube. Blanket, compost, donations for the ministry, all kinds of stuff. Very, very generous. Yep, I have some totes. Oh, and small totes under a grow light. Yeah. Listening while I cook, so apologies if I miss anyone. That's cool. That's what I'm going to be doing. Tonight, Jan is not going live. She's going out of town. So she's actually on the road with her hubby right now. He's talking microdwarfs. We grow regular size in big totes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think based on last year's microdwarf tomatoes, I feel like I need more plants. I need more to get enough to do all of our salads and all of our like tacos or anything where I would put tomatoes. I need more tomatoes during that time frame for those needs. So I'm going to try to do more tomatoes. And you could really only do, to me, in my opinion, I feel like you should only do like maybe 2 or 3 tomatoes in each machine. So maybe 2 machines of 3 tomatoes each would be good. But the bigger the plant gets, the more water you're going to need for your hydroponic machine. So it starts out, you don't do a lot of water. You don't need a lot of water. But as bigger the plant gets, the more it needs that water. So, there's that. So I do every 2 weeks, I add the nutrients. I try to keep up on my water. I try to keep the dead leaves off of it. If you're not growing in soil, you shouldn't have trouble with fungus gnats, hopefully. But I do have some fungus gnat traps, the ones that are like the yellow with the sticky stuff. So I think for the new season, I'm going to take down all my old fungus gnat traps and put up fresh new ones for this year. Yeah, so, and I've picked out a few plants that I'm going to try some new microdwarf varieties this year. I received 2 or 3 kinds from the IBG seed swap, and I'm saving those for fall, winter. Gonna need ball jars for my honey. Oh, that's awesome. Honey is awesome. Herbal books. Watch Bob's survival seeds video. Did he do one today too? I need to go and just I need to double check the survival seeds hashtag too. I've got to watch the there's a survival seed. There's a Vineyard Chicks video. Jan has a video. Somebody else had a video too. There was like 3 or 4 videos that I needed to watch today. There's not enough time to say things here. Say what things? Harvesting artichokes. Awesome. We try. We love our YouTube family. Me too. I would miss you guys if I wasn't on YouTube. Like if I get sick and I have to miss a live or whatever, I always miss you guys. Yes, they do have big hearts. That is a very true statement. That's awesome. Vertical gardening helps with some things. Yeah, I need more trellises to make that happen. Definitely need more trellises to do more vertical gardening. Gnats are annoying. Yes, they are. They're so annoying. One thing I did last year that works good is get yourself a little tiny mason jar or even a little bowl and put some apple cider vinegar with a couple of drops of dish soap, and they will go into that bowl and die. And you just leave that for a couple weeks till it gets, kind of nasty looking or disintegrates somewhat. And then you just rinse it out and start over in the same bowl. And you just keep doing that. So that's a good trap. And then also there's the sticky traps you can buy on Amazon that they have like a little butterfly, yellow butterfly on the top that draws them to that color yellow. And then there's a sticky part and they get stuck on that, which it looks probably nasty, but it's necessary. So I'm going to put it up. I don't think I'm going to have a problem because I don't intend to grow anything in dirt for fall and winter. I intend to just do hydroponics. So I think the reason I had fungus gnats last year was because I had some things growing in dirt. So this year I'm hoping I don't have fungus gnats at all because I'm not going to grow in dirt. But I might still. We'll see. Also, if you wait for it to be colder outside, you're going to have less fungus gnats based on that too. So that's another thing. Yeah. I'm trying to keep up on everybody's videos. Hi, Cindy. How are you? Good to see you as well. Any plans for next year's garden? Well, one of my very awesome YouTube friends, which is Simply Jan Homestead, is gifting me a big roll of ground cover. So next year I have a really huge project to work on. My garden is going to be completely different next year. So there's two really big containers that are pink out in my yard, and those are way too big to move. So those aren't going anywhere. But that space between those, we're going to try to move all that stuff out, put down the ground cover, and then put back the containers. Of course, I think you have to stick that down with some stuff. But yeah, so we're going to have ground cover and hopefully less weeds next year. Hopefully there'll be less weeding. So yeah, it's going to be a huge project. Huge project. But I think it'll make everything more neat and clean looking, hopefully. Oh, wait, I missed something. Oh, where are you? Here it is. Amby Crafts, how are you? Good to see you. So that's my project for next year is I'm going to be using ground cover. So there's going to be however big the ground cover is. So at the end of this year, as things start to die, things that aren't too heavy that I can lift by myself, I'm going to do little by little. I'm going to kind of lift them and take them to another side of the yard to get that biggest area of the yard available and ready. Just to kind of where all the back-breaking work of setting up a new system in the yard is not so hard and back-breaking. So I'm going to try to do it in stages so that, yeah, make a trellis. I know everybody keeps saying make a trellis. I don't know how to make a trellis. I grabbed an easel that the girls had. We had two. We kept one, and the other one I put out in the garden to be an easel for my cucamelon. And I just stood it up in there inside of a square bed, and I kind of put bricks on each of the 3 corners to kind of keep it there. So I have some beds, some garden beds do not have, I have 4 garden beds that do not have the bottoms on them. So they do consistently get weeds. So those will all be pulled up. We're going to try to salvage as much of that dirt as possible. So basically at the end of this year, I will be starting some of the preparation for next year. Here's another gnat trap idea for you. Very cool. The apple cider vinegar with the dish soap, it's completely open at the top, but the dish soap is a poison, so it kills them. So it's just like a little bowl of bugs, bowl of dead bugs. Yeah, it's really gross, but want to go natural wood next year and line the outside with old garden beds. That sounds fun. I've always wanted to paint one of my garden beds like camo. You know, just like paint it beige and then put like green or brown or some different colors on there and make it like camo looking. Wouldn't that be neat? Oh gosh, I'm going to have so many flowers this year. It's going to be crazy. I already have 4 clocks up. I have bachelor buttons up. I have sunflowers up, cosmos, hollyhock, zinnias. I have the wildflowers I won last year from Survival Seeds. A bunch of those are up. And they're all mixed together, so I don't really have them all identified. There's just a bunch of green coming up in there, so it's going to be like beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Yeah, it's going to be fun to redesign the garden. Yeah, I think it'll be nice. It'll be nice to not have to worry about weed eating a whole area, because this is what happens. My garden beds are however tall they are, and the weeds, if they're not gotten to fast enough, the grass will grow up and it will lean over the bed and it will drop its seed down into the garden bed, and then that will come up and I will have to take the grass out. So I have to walk around all the time pulling out those long pieces of grass that are leaning over my beds. So my dad just planted some packs of different wildflowers I had. Yeah, I love wildflowers. I love them. I even have little patches of buttercups, which people consider to be weeds. Sometimes I like some little patches of those. I still think they're pretty, but that's just me. Fruit flies love rum. Ask me how I know. Bottle in the cabinet with a cork. Ooh, it was gross. Yeah, that sounds kind of gross. You never know. Yeah, fruit flies also find your yard once you have your garden vegetables inside. So that's another thing going to draw the bugs. So some of those fruit fly traps that I have may make it into the kitchen this year, because all the other years I didn't have those kind of traps. But I also have a trap I got from the vineyard chicks that I won one year that I can plug in the kitchen when it gets time for the vegetables. So far, I've harvested lettuce and cilantro. That's it. I don't have any tomatoes yet. I have little cucumbers, but they're not ready. I have zucchini, but they're not ready. And there's some tiny little butternut squash, but they're not ready. All my flowers are medicinal. I don't know if all mine are medicinal, but some of them are medicinal. I have borage out there. Oh, borage is a beautiful plant. Even if you intend to never do a single thing with it, it's so pretty. I have like 3 borage plants that kind of look like they're one. And it's kind of like this tower of borage and those beautiful purple flowers coming out and those big leaves. It just looks so cool, but it's really not one. It's really 3 clumped close together. Packs of wildflowers. I got those huge packs of wildflowers from Vineyard Chicks, and I planted a whole container of those. So it's going to be so pretty. I can't wait to see it. I clip the buttercups because it's toxic to animals. Ugh. Is it toxic to cats? Well, I don't ever feed them to my chickens, but my chickens don't go on that side of the yard. Most of the buttercups are on the gardening side. Hi, Cynthia. How are you? You're not the person that sent me the Amazon package, are you, Cynthia? I'm trying to figure out who sent me that. I've got borage in many locations this year. Lots of big herbs. Yeah. I have an herb bed this year, so my borage is in there, but I have other. Can borage become invasive? Not that I know of. It came up exactly where I put it, and I've not had it ever come up on its own, though I feel like it might. If you maybe left a portion of the plant, I think it would. Like if I left a portion of that plant, I think it would come back next year. But I don't think it's invasive, and I don't think I've ever heard of anybody calling it invasive. So I don't think it is. 4 o'clocks are invasive, though, and morning glories. Though I like 4 o'clocks and morning glories, but they are both invasive in that they drop their little seed and they come back no matter where they're at. But the 4 o'clocks are beautiful, so I'll put up with it. Hey, if it comes up where I don't want it, I'll just pull it out. Put red wine in a small bowl. Put saran wrap, poke holes. Never heard of that method. Well, I don't have wine at my house either, so I have to buy some. So, but I do have apple cider vinegar and dish soap. Those are 2 things I always have. So there's that. However, I would say maybe buy like a cheap thing of apple cider vinegar and a cheap thing of dish soap. That way you're not using your good stuff. Because I use the dish soap that's eco-friendly, non-bioengineered, non-toxic ingredients. I use like fancy dish soap, and I have some fairly fancy apple cider vinegar. But if I'm going to use it for those traps, I just buy the cheap stuff. And I just put that under that area. So whenever I'm ready, I can just, get that ready. But yeah, probably, I think in August or September, I'll probably start hydroponics. My borage seems to stay with the same. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, it seems to just grow where it's supposed to grow. So I don't think it's invasive. Yeah. So Heather agrees with me. Borage is not invasive. Thank you, Cynthia. I appreciate you being in here listening. This is the Friday Night Hideout Live that I do once a week. Jan will not be going live this week, so I went over about 15 minutes, but it doesn't matter because she's not going live tonight, so I'm not running into her schedule. Let's see. Next week is... Let's see if I have anything special going on next week. Next Friday will be the 15th. The Friday after that will be the 22nd. And on the 22nd, I will be doing a weird container growing giveaway. Some of the weird container growing giveaway will be for collaborators. Some will be for people in the chat. And I may also do some for people commenting on, I think I'm going to do one of those too, commenting on videos in the Weird Container Growing Collaboration. I do have a playlist, so if you want to go watch some of those videos, I'll pick a channel at random and we'll pick a comment from that person. So it could be me, it could be Red Road Reseller, it could be Simply Jan Homestead, it could be Resourceful Living, it could be anybody who joined it. So we're going to do collaborator giveaway, in chat giveaway, and commenter giveaway. So that's going to be for the 22nd. Don't know how big of a giveaway it's going to be yet, so we'll have to wait for people to donate prizes for that. Thank you, Ann Philbeck. That's so sweet of you. Ann Philbeck gave me a $10 super chat. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Very kind of you. Definitely appreciate that. Yeah, isn't that sweet? Thank you, Ann. That's so sweet. All right. Well, I am going to have to start working on dinner for my husband for this evening. Don't really know who else is on live tonight. I think Peaceful Des goes live at, I think it's 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. Scott goes live at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I think Freedom Redbird Brenda goes live at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. But I don't know if she's going to go live tonight because she's going to have company. So not completely sure. So there are some lives going on at 7. So I am going to sign off for tonight. Thank you guys all for coming in. Thank you so much again, Ann Philbeck, for the super chat. I appreciate it. I will see you guys on Wednesday where we will have a surprise guest for Healthy Goes Wednesday. You guys have an awesome weekend and enjoy your time in the garden. Enjoy your family. And I appreciate all of you for coming in. Have a great night. Bye. Bye, guys.